This is the new Holystone HS320. This is not your typical drone that you get from Holystone. Usually they have a camera. As you can see, this one doesn't have a camera. It has something else, something that's new to Holystone drones. It blows bubbles. So before we take this for a flight and test it out, let me tell you about what comes in the box. In the box, you'll find safety guidelines, a quick start guide, a user manual, and also bubble filling instructions. And then you also get a transmitter that takes 3 AAA batteries, not included. So we'll go over everything on the transmitter. I'll show you the different modes. You also get a pack of 10 bubble mixes, and then you also get these ribbons for the bubble tank. And the bubble tank is found on the bottom. You just unlock it, pull the lid off, and right there's the bubble tank. You just pull on that ribbon and it pulls the bubble tank out. And you also get 2 bubble tanks. So when you run out of one, you can have one ready to go on standby and pop it back in. And then there's where the battery is. The battery goes in the top like that. They give you 2 batteries. They're 3.7 volt, 1800 milliamp hour lithium batteries. And then it does come with brushless motors. So that should help with the battery life. Then you also get a USB charger for the batteries. You get a set of spare props. You get screws for those props. And then you also get a screwdriver to screw the screws in the props. Has prop guards if you need them. You get 1 for each corner. This is a sub 250 gram. This is a sub 250 gram drone. So there's no registration with the FAA. Even with the bubble tank full and a battery, it still comes under 250 grams. When I weighed it, it came in at 233 grams. And then you also get a bottle to put your bubble solution in. And the instructions are very simple. All you do is take 2 packs of the concentrated bubble mix per 1 bottle, and you dump those in there, and then you fill the rest of the bottle up with water, and then you just give it a shake, mix it up, and you're ready to fill your tank. And then to fill your tank, it's very easy. All you do is just pop that off right there to that opening, take the cap off your bottle, and then you just squeeze it all in there until it fills up. There we go. We got a full bubble tank. Actually, we have 2 full bubble tanks because there's a full one in the drone right now. So next I want to show you all the functions on the controller, and then we'll just fly around and just spread some bubbles and happiness everywhere. So we're ready to take this in the air. First thing we have to do is we have to power it up. And the power button is on the back. You just hold it till you hear the tone. Now it's flashing because it's looking for the controller. So you long press, and then the controller's on, it's flashing as well. It doesn't auto bind. You have to up, down, and now we have a bind. So the first thing we're gonna do before we take off, and there's 2 different ways to take off, we're gonna calibrate the gyro, and that is both sticks down and to the left. See, it's flashing, and when it stops flashing, the gyro's calibrated. So the first way to take off is you can do auto takeoff, auto land. So you just hold that button in, and it'll take off by itself. Seems like it wants to drift this way, so that's a perfect opportunity to show you where the trim is, which is right there. So you'll hold that in till you hear a beep, and then you can trim it. Okay, that didn't go quite as planned. Keep trimming it. There we go. I think yeah, there we go. All right. So there's the trim. You hold that in till you hear the beep, and then whichever direction you press on the right is the way you're trimming. And as you can see, it's altitude hold, so this is beginner friendly. So let's land it, and to land it, it's the same way as to take it off. You just hold the auto land button in. So the second way to take off is a manual takeoff. So you just take both sticks down and in, and the motors will start spinning. They'll spin until you take off by pressing up. There we go. And then this does have an emergency stop feature, which is these 2 buttons up here. So you just press them and it'll quickly come down. Okay, let's go up in the air. And okay, so whoa, you fell over. We are gonna go into headless mode. That is a long press on that button. Let's see. I'll put the head of the drone this way. Let's go forward. It's going forward. We'll go to the left. It's going to the left. We'll go to the right. It's going to the right. Even if we go this way, when we go to the right, it goes to the right. So headless mode works. we'll long press, get out of that mode. Now let's check out the different speeds. And the speed switch, now this is the first speed. The speed switch is also where headless mode is, and that's just a quick press. You heard 2 beeps. Now it should fly a little faster. And yeah, it's definitely faster now. The first rate actually isn't that slow. Okay, let's click it again. We got 3 beeps. And oh yeah, there's quite a bit of pitch on that. Oh, whoa. It can get away from you pretty quick there. It's pretty fast for being in the 3rd rate. All right, well, that's that. And now there's one more mode before we go into bubble mode, and that is circle. It's like a circle mode, and that's this button right here. And that's all it does. It just spins in circles. So it'll do that for 5 seconds. It'll do that spin mode. 5 seconds, and then it stops by itself. So let's get some bubbles flying here, and let's hold the bubble button in. There we go. I don't know if you can see the bubbles because it is getting kind of dark, but we got bubbles flying everywhere. So yeah, this would be a great thing for like a backyard party. And I must say, the drone is not very loud, and you can barely hear the bubble motor going for the bubble maker. So I wonder how long this will fly while blowing bubbles out. And I wonder how long the bubbles will last in the tank. Let's go into the 1st rate, bring it over here. We get a close-up shot. So I want to test out 2 more things before I end this video, and that is the flight time on the battery, and also how long it takes to empty a bubble tank. So we have a full battery and we have a full bubble tank, as you can see. But I have my stopwatch here, so as soon as I take off, I'm going to hit start. I'm going to take off from my hand. I don't recommend doing this. So I hit start and we're in the air, and now let's hit the bubble. There we go, we got bubbles. I heard it spinning, but I guess it took a little bit till the bubbles came out. So I'm just gonna fly it. Let's fly it in the 2nd rate, and we'll just do the bubbles in the low rate. I got bubbles all over the yard. The bubbles are spread out all over the yard. That's funny. Okay, a little time check here. We're at 3 minutes and 40 seconds and still flying around, still blowing bubbles. We still have bubbles coming out, and we are at the 5.5 minute mark. I see 5:30 on the stopwatch. Still have bubbles coming. Although they're not as many as there was. Oh, that might be it for the bubbles. Still get some bubbles. Okay, no more bubbles. So let's hit lap, and we got 5 minutes and 50 seconds. We get a random bubble that comes out every now and then. I think it's safe to say the bubble tank is empty. So what do we get? 5:56. So you get almost 6 minutes of bubbles, which, well, now we get more bubbles. So maybe it's just like picking up some residual solution in there, you know, since I'm flying around, you know, kind of rocking it around. But I would say 6 minutes of bubble is a good estimate there. So that answers the question, which will last longer, the bubbles or the battery? And the answer is the battery. So since the bubbles are no longer coming out, let's shut that off. So now it's just flying around, the bubble maker isn't on, and we'll see what kind of flight time we get out of it. Seems to be going all right though. The LED isn't flashing in the back that it's indicating low voltage. So this 1800 milliamp hour battery is really giving us a decent flight time, especially with like 6 minutes of that bubble maker turned on as well. So I had the bubble maker on the lowest setting. If you go to the high setting, it probably will run out quicker than 6 minutes. So we just hit 9 minutes on the stopwatch for flight time. Still not flashing low voltage. We passed 11 minutes now. I wonder if the LEDs in the front will flash when we go into low voltage as well. We got to be getting close to low voltage now. We're almost at 12 minutes. Yeah, we're at 1150 right now. I actually wasn't expecting this to go longer than 10 minutes. Still no signs of slowing down. These brushless motors are really helping with the flight time. We're at 13 minutes right now. Uh-oh, I got some beeping on the controller and the LEDs are flashing in the front. So we did hit low voltage and that came around a little after 13 minutes. So yeah, LEDs on the front and the back flash when you're in low voltage, and then you get that tone on the controller. But we're gonna fly this thing till it's dead. Yeah, you can tell the battery's getting tired, but we just passed 14 minutes. 15 minutes and still going. Oh, I thought it was coming down. Oh, here it comes down. I'm hitting up and it just came down. So right there, let's hit stop. So take let's shut this off. Let's take 5 seconds off of that. So, or just make it an even 15 minutes and 45 seconds. Not bad of a flight time. Over 15 minutes of flight time with the bubble maker on as well for 6 of those minutes. If that wouldn't have been on for those 6 minutes, you may have easily gotten a 20-minute flight time out of this battery. That was the Holystone HS320 bubble drone. What a cool little drone it is. Great flight time. The bubbles are awesome. But I'm gonna end the video here. Thanks for watching. Hopefully you liked it enough to click that subscribe button so you can join me on the next video.